Hi, you reach Manny Sharpening and Service. For the purpose of this video, uh, we have a demo here. This is the Andis steel liner. We're going to service it and sharpen the blade, and that's our $12 complete service. We disassemble the upper housing of the Andis steel liner, and we take it apart, which we already did for the purpose of this video. We inspect the switch mechanism and the brass. Make sure there's no cracks or broken brass links inside the housing. Also, we inspect the top of the housing of the Andis steel liner for cracks and cracks on the front part of the guard. We check if the switch is working properly, and we check if there's any damage to the housing itself. On your bottom case where the coil of the Andis steel liner is, we inspect the wires for frail wires or bare wire. We check to see if the terminals are good and they're not broken. We also check for wiring like this that is showing bare wire, which is supposed to be a tape here. We look at the connection of the cord and see if there's no broken parts like cracked rubber holder here or broken wire in the back of the wire itself. We do a continuity check on these Andis steel liners, and we check it for a positive connection of electricity. We disassemble the coil, and we check for missing screws and missing bolts, and we take the coil completely apart from the bottom housing. On the bottom housing, we check for cracks and broken brass fittings or cracks inside the middle of the housing. We'll also check to see there's no holes on the other side or cracks on the bottom casing of the Andis steel liner. On the blade itself here, we take the blade apart. And we check the housing, the coil itself for any burns or signs of high resistance or loose rivets. And we check the lever to see if the ball of the lever is good and it's not worn out or damaged. On the blade itself, we check the cutter blade to see if there's no broken teeth or worn or highs or lows on the teeth themselves. On the comb blade, we check it to see if we could sharpen this blade, see if it's not too worn out or is it has broken teeth on the top here. We disassemble the comb blade. We check the blade guide to see if it's not broken or cracked, or is it the holes in the back where the screws go in are not worn out or cracked. The blade itself, we checked it, we inspect it, and we see that this blade is still good for sharpening. All electrical parts are checked for continuity or high resistance, and the service is done at our location or your location with our service mobile truck. Our mobile sharpening service truck is fully equipped to service you and service any needs that would need to be done to any clipper or trimmer in the market. Now, we have a special solution that we we have made to disinfect and clean all these parts. Our main purpose here is to show you that we do go through the whole machine and service it completely. When we service your trimmer or clipper. We have a chemical that we have made ourselves. We get the item in the cover, we brush it on, and we do this to completely remove any dirt, bacterial hair that is accumulated in the trimmer. Now you see that we don't have no hair. This is only for the purpose of the demonstration, but this is what we do when we service your clipper or trimmer. We completely submerge the product and brush it down and take all the particles that it has, and at the same time it's cleaning it and it's disinfecting the trimmer. And this is important to us because we believe that the trimmer should be disinfected completely when we give it back to the customer, assuring that they are having a disinfected trimmer and it's not contaminated with any other products or germs. We disinfect the blade, and we do this to the comb blade and also the cutter blade. Now the rest of the clippers, we do disinfect it. We do all the screws and all the nuts and bolts, and we also disinfect the motor, which is actually the coil. Now this solution that we have made is safe on the electrical part of your trimmer or clipper, and it's made so it's suitable for electrical parts, and it will not damage your trimmer coil. Now you do see that we wear gloves when we're using the solution. It's biodegradable. It actually won't harm your hands, but as a safety precaution, we do use gloves when we're doing your machines, because for the reason why, because when we receive your machine might have bacteria, and we don't want to catch it, and we don't, most likely we don't like to give your machine back with the same bacteria. So we disinfect it, clean it, and make sure everything's okay.